Hey, what's going on, tech enthusiasts? QHD here. I hope you guys are doing well. So my two Nexus devices arrived. This is the Nexus 6P, Nexus 5X. Now, I have not put a SIM card in either of these two devices yet. I just received them, a couple days ago. After filming this video, it looks like I just received them, but I received them like a day ago. So that's why I'm gonna actually start using the Nexus 6P as my daily driver and replace my iPhone 6s Plus. I'm happy to go back to Android. You guys don't understand. So, really the major differences between both of these two devices, I really think it has to do with build construction. When you have both of these two devices in your hand, that's what really stands out. That's what really stands out to me. The other two kind of minor differences, I think, will be with the display and with the processor speed. So with the build construction, the Nexus 6P is a fantastically built smartphone. It's crafted with all aluminum. So if you remember back with the Nexus 6, we had, a metal frame around the device, but we had a plastic back. With the Nexus 6P, we have all aluminum, and it really feels great. I really love the cold feel in the hand. It feels great. Now the Nexus 5X, it has a metal frame around the device, but the back is plastic. Now, you got to keep in mind that this is a cheaper device. It starts at $379 off contract, whereas Nexus 6P, it starts at about $500. So, you pay more, you get a little bit more specs and more build construction, more premium materials. There's no question the Nexus 5X has a plastic back cover because it feels like it's plastic, because it is plastic. One thing I really do like about the 5X over the 6P is just how light it is. It's a really light device, just like the Nexus 5. It's a super light device, and it kind of, you're not going to get fatigue. You're not going to get tired holding this device on a daily basis because it's so lightweight. So I know LG phones are like that. They make pretty light phones, mostly because they like to use plastic. But hey, the plastic does have some benefit here. It makes the phone light. Now, if you look at both Nexus devices head-on, you will notice the difference in display technology. So the Nexus 5X has an LCD panel. It's a 1080p panel stretched out to 5.2 inches. The Nexus 6P, it has a QHD 5.7-inch AMOLED display. I really do love AMOLED displays. My very first phone was a Samsung Fascinate. It had one of the first AMOLED displays, and it was pretty bad, but AMOLED displays have gone a long ways since then, and I really can't go back. I love having AMOLED displays. The jet black colors are amazing. And I think for the vast majority of people, they will approve of the AMOLED display over the LCD panel. Does that mean the LCD panel on the Nexus 5X is bad? No, it's a very solid LCD panel based off first impressions. Colors are good. Blacks aren't obviously as good as AMOLED displays. Colors aren't quite as saturated, but it's a good panel. One thing I did notice in terms of the performance is that with the Nexus 6P, the scrolling is faster than the iPhone 6s and iPhone 6s Plus, which is pretty hard to believe because, iOS has always been known for having that really fluid scrolling, but that's not the case. I think the scrolling is more fluid on the Nexus 6P. It's pretty awesome. I didn't notice that to be the case with the Nexus 5X. Now, it's a fast device, but the scrolling isn't quite as fluid as the Nexus 6P. It has an 808 hexa-core processor, a Snapdragon Qualcomm processor with 2 GB of RAM, whereas the Nexus 6P has 3 GB of RAM, and it has the Snapdragon 810 octa-core processor. It's a very minor difference in performance, but little things like scrolling and multitasking, you can notice the difference. But what makes these two devices really special is Android 6.0 Marshmallow, stock Android 6.0 Marshmallow. It helps these two devices fly and compete with just about any phone you throw at it in their respective price ranges. So, with the Nexus 6P, you can compare it with any flagship and it's going to compete very, very well. With the Nexus 5X, you can throw it against any $400 off contract smartphone and it's going to compete very, very well. Android 6.0 Marshmallow is a very refined operating system. It's a much needed refinement to Android 5.0 Lollipop, I'll say that. In my upcoming videos, I can't wait to test the camera on both of these devices. They feature the same camera sensor. It's a 12.3 megapixel camera sensor with an f2.0 aperture, and it has 1.55 micron meter pixels, which basically mean that they should do pretty well in low light. We will see. I do want to test the battery life because Android 6.0 Marshmallow has this new battery saving mode. It's called Doze, and it works in the background by basically detecting when you're using the device and when you're not using the device to calibrate settings and save battery life. So long story short, they should have pretty good battery life. The Nexus 6P has a very large 3450 milliamp battery, and the 5X has a 2700 milliamp battery. So those are my thoughts, my quick first impressions of the Nexus 6P and the Nexus 5X. These are two very awesome devices. If you guys have any questions or concerns, or you would like to leave feedback as to what you would like me to cover in an upcoming video, whether it's here or on PhoneDog, wherever it might be, let me know in a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. I'm gonna go and insert my SIM card into the Nexus 6P and start using it as a daily driver. Can't wait. I'm OHD. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.